Good morning. So this coming Saturday, it's Monday. This coming Saturday, I'm flying to Baltimore, which is where I'm from, for about 10 days or so, maybe 9 or 10 days. Originally, we were going to stay here for Thanksgiving and Christmas because of a few different things, but I just really need to get out of town. Have you ever felt like that? Like, I just really need to get out of town and go be with family and friends and be somewhere that's familiar to me. And so we ended up changing our plans. So I'm flying out in just a few days on Saturday. Well, in less than a week on Saturday. And then Riley flies out on Tuesday to come meet me. He just can't leave on Saturday with me because of work on Monday and Tuesday. So we decorated for Christmas. Can you see? Our house is kind of a disaster zone. Here's a quick pan of the kitchen. Like, I think people think that my house is clean all the time. Look, leftover spaghetti from last night. Hot mess. This is how our house looks like every Monday morning. We cannot get together on Monday mornings. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, on Sunday nights, I guess we just like chill on Sundays and we have like a big dinner and we just like lay on the couch and neither of us feel like cleaning up. So it just doesn't get done. And then I wake up on Monday. Oh, and look at our kitchen table. Just like, oh, hot mess. And then I wake up on Monday and like, it's a disaster. It looks like a frat house. So I'm going to spend some time cleaning. And yeah, I figured I'd just check in this week and do kind of like a little week vlog because it's a pretty typical week in terms of like what I'm doing and what I'm getting done. But because there's a trip at the end, there's also the added I don't know, tasks, responsibilities, whatever, of preparing our house to leave. I'm going to be gone for over a week, so preparing our house for that, preparing Charlie for that, packing, cleaning out, just like, you know, before you go away for that long, I'm going to be gone this coming Saturday through the following Monday night. So it's almost Saturday through the following Tuesday. So anyway, it's going to be kind of a situation, and I don't know. I love watching people's vlogs, so I figured I'd just vlog it and see how it goes because, like I said, I have a lot of things to do this week that are typical, but then I also have the added things that maybe would add a little bit more interest, like packing and preparing. So, oops, sorry. So here's what I need to do. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's the early afternoon now, and our kitchen is clean, mostly. Riley just came home for lunch, and while he was home, our bed was delivered. So we have been sleeping on a box spring and mattress that was just on like a bed frame since we moved in March, and we've been looking for a bed and looking for a bed and looking for a bed, and we just couldn't decide what we wanted. Then we ordered a bed, and it arrived damaged, and we had to return it, and then we started looking again. It's just been like a really long road for something that's not really that important or it's just been too much. So it's not put together yet, but let me show you. Here's the frame. So it's like a farmhouse bed with this really cute scallop, and then here's the other frame. So we're gonna put it together when he gets home from work tonight. So since I last checked in, I have done a few things, cleaned up, done a couple loads of laundry, responded to a few emails, done a few blogger mentorship things, made sweet tea. That lighting's really bad, sorry. I'm gonna go into my office and work on some Etsy orders. I need to organize them and get them ready so that they can be printed and then packaged. This is all bed frame stuff. So that's kind of the situation. I also need to meal plan and go grocery shop because we're pretty much out of food. My parents were in town last weekend, and so we had a whole bunch of food. I bought a whole bunch of even like extra what I would normally buy food for them while they were here. But then, so then this past week I didn't grocery shop because we had so much food left over from them that we just ate off that. Well, so now we're like done. So like we have like nothing to eat. We just had grilled cheese for lunch because there's just like really nothing else. So I need to go get some things. I think I'm going to make vegetable soup tonight because I love having a pot of soup simmering on the stove, and also because because we don't have a lot of food, I seriously don't think I've eaten vegetables in like 2 or 3 days. So it's time. So that's where I am. That's what's going on this Monday. But yeah, I got everything straightened up. This room back here is looking pretty good. And so I'm just continuing to kind of get some things done around the house and intermittently get some things done online. But yeah. So I'm working on my Etsy orders. So what I do is print off all of the order forms, which are down here, and I set them up, and then I sort what I have, and then I make note of what I don't have. And so I'm working on that right now because I need to get these obviously printed and shipped out before I leave. And then up here, this is my wall of mentees, and I just onboarded a new one, and so I have to add her paper right there. But the papers are lists of exactly what, like all the different steps of the program, all the different things that we do together, and so I need to work on crossing off some of these so that they are more up to date. So I'm going through my Etsy orders and working on them, and I'm pulling out my pillowcases to sort them under the order they need to be, you know, put with, so that I can wrap these orders up. And this is what my supplier sent me. And this is the right color. This is the light linen. This is what I offer. Light linen. Those are not the same color. So now I have to return these and get more of these. Oh, gosh. See, let me just tell you, selling on Etsy is not easy. But I just have 6 open orders right now. Everything else is packaged up and mailed out. So I should be able to get this done before I leave on Saturday. I'm grocery shopping and grabbing some stuff for vegetable soup, which should be yummy. This is my favorite section in the store with all the tea. So I'm sitting at like the longest stoplight ever. I just finished grocery shopping. Always an experience to grocery shop in the late afternoon when people are off work or getting off work, or they're picking up their kids from school. It's such a mess. But I got a whole bunch of yummy ingredients for vegetable soup tonight, which will be really good. So we're gonna have vegetable soup and cheese and crackers, which is like a very 90-year-old kind of meal, but it should be good. But anyway, the light just turned, so I gotta go, but I'm gonna go home and cook. So I'm gonna do a little grocery haul. Eggs, unsalted butter because I'm going to bake some cookies, half and half, milk, carrots and celery and corn and green beans and diced tomatoes and chicken broth and V8 for vegetable soup tonight. And then bacon, cheddar cheese. Tillamook is the best. If you have Tillamook available to you, it's so good. Some bread, some cheddar pretzels. I used to love these as a kid, and I saw them and it was kind of an impulse buy, but we will eat them. And then some grape fruit spread, grape jelly. Riley eats these in the morning for breakfast sometimes. He also likes to take these into work when he's having a busy day and he can't come home for lunch until later, so then he at least has something to eat. And then this is so fun. I texted a picture to Riley because we both love pretzel bread and cheese dip. Like sometimes restaurants have it. And so I just texted him a picture of this, just saying like, look what they have. This is new at our store from the deli. And he was like, you need to buy it. So it was $9.99. And I'm sure it's not good for you, but we will save it, maybe eat it this weekend before I leave for the trip. So that is all of that. Now I'm going to go and light the fire because it takes a little while for it to really get burning. And then I'll cook so that by the time Riley gets home, we just love sitting in front of the fire and eating soup. We've done that like so much. We're so old. I mean, we're not, but like we act like we're 90. It's just so cozy, and we just put on a Christmas movie and just enjoy the night. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get the fire going now so that by the time he gets home in about 30 or 45 minutes, it's actually going so that we can eat, and that's that. All right, and now I'm going to turn on our little fairy lights. They're on batteries, so you don't have to plug them in. So this room is turning out to be so cozy. We have our fire going now. And our tree is over here. So this is, I mean, like, we just spend so much time in here, like all evening, and we'll pull out our laptops and work if we need to work, and we'll just chat, and sometimes we'll watch movie or TV, and sometimes we'll read, and it's just so nice to be in here. And Charlie's ready to come inside. He always sits on the couch when he's ready. You wanna come inside? Come on. Come on. Oh boy. Alright, off to make some dinner. Okay, the soup is simmering on the stove. It looks exactly, I mean, it's vegetable soup, so I shouldn't be surprised, but it looks exactly like this soup that's made by the company Progresso, and it's like the vegetable light soup. And when I was single, I used to eat it all the time in the winter because it was, I mean, it was never on Weight Watchers, but it's like 0 Weight Watchers points. It was like only vegetables. And that's exactly what this is. It looked like this. It was tomato based, and it was so yummy in the winter, just for something that would fill up your belly, but was lower in fat and calories. It's exactly what it looks like. So I'm hoping it's as good, if not better, because it's homemade. And so that's going to simmer for about 30 minutes. It's about 5:30. Riley should be home. He usually gets home between 5:45 and 6:15 or 6:30. So he'll be home soon. We can eat that. It's looking really good. And dinner is served. Yum.
Focus up.
Riley, what are we doing?
Putting a bed together.
Charlie, what do you think? Charlie, what do you think? You scared?
I just wants to go to bed.
I know.
Sorry,
I cannot wait to see it. It's going to be so cute. Good morning and happy Tuesday. So I'm sorry for the abrupt ending to the vlog last night, but we ended up getting the bed set up, which I'll show you in a minute. It looks so cute. We still, it kind of illuminates what else we need to do in our room, but it looks really good. So we had a great evening. That soup was so good. I highly recommend it. The few changes I made were that in the recipe it calls for water, but I used all chicken broth, and I added 2 cloves of garlic and ½ an onion and a lot more seasoning. I added like parsley and seasoning salt and just a whole bunch of other seasonings just to make it give it a little more oomph. But it was like, I woke up this morning, I'm starving. Like, it was a light meal, but it kept me full all night. It was like good. So it was really good. We will definitely be eating that again. So I recommend that. But we had soup, we sat by the fire, we watched a Christmas movie on Hallmark, which is always, it's one of our favorite things to do. It's just cheesy and fun. And then one of my friends from college who I haven't talked to since we graduated, we reconnected because she has been reading my blog and is going through a similar season of life as one of the seasons of life that I have written about, that I've gone through, that I've written about on my site. And so she wanted to call me and talk about it and just hear kind of what it was like for me, and just to not feel so alone, you know, and just get a kind of an outside perspective, since we haven't been really in each other's lives for the past 3 years, even though we were friendly in college. So that was really fun to catch up with someone from school. I loved my community at school, and so it was just fun to catch up with her. And then after that, I was FaceTiming with one of my dear friends, Madeline, who was my roommate in college, and it was her birthday yesterday. So if you're watching this, happy birthday, Madeline. And she was a bridesmaid at my wedding, like one of my dearest friends. And so we FaceTimed because it was her birthday, and so we got to chat for a while, and that was really, really fun. I just love her, and she's planning to come visit sometime. I don't know when, sometime soon. I have a lot of friends who are kind of on the lookout for times to come and when flights drop and that kind of thing. So that's exciting. Hopefully 2017 is the year of travel, of me going to see friends or friends coming here. I think that would be really fun. So today I want to put up the ornaments on this tree, and it's looking real sparse. So I want to put up the ornaments on this tree so that we can put these boxes away, and I want to work on packing a little bit. I packed a little bit last night. Even though I'm not leaving until Saturday, I always like to start packing early because I cannot stand, like the night before, it being stressful and like running to the grocery store because you need a travel bar of soap or whatever. Like that's not me. So I'm starting to kind of pack now and pull things aside so that if there's anything that I do need, I have time to go pick it up well ahead of time. I need to go print some orders, some Etsy orders today. The supplier should be arriving today. That's always a gamble, but they should be arriving today, in which case I need to go print them and package them to ship them out either today or tomorrow. I have a chiropractor appointment in a few minutes, which is, I love the chiropractor, but I have been having some really major issues with two muscles on either side of my neck. I have scoliosis, that's why I go to the chiropractor all the time, and the chiropractor is correcting it, but it's exacerbating my pain. Like, it makes it more painful, even though I know that over time it's going to get better. So it's hard to want to go because I know I'm going to be in pain for the next few days, but I also know that in the long run it's a better, like, I need to go because otherwise nothing will change. So that's kind of where I am. Oh, and last night we made hot chocolate with, we had what are they called? Candy canes. We had candy canes that I had used for something else, and so we used them in hot chocolate and kind of mixed them in, and it was so good. Peppermint hot chocolate is so, so good. And so Riley added a shot of espresso to his. I can't do that late at night. I'll be up all night, but it was really fun. So anyway, we had a lovely evening last night. It was great for me to catch up with a couple of friends. It was so cozy. The fire was great. It's just, I am not a fan of cold weather, but like, living in a house that has a fireplace, I'm becoming a fan of cold weather. Like, I just adore these cozy evenings and having meals that are like soup or chili or something that's warm, and gosh, it's just really nice. So anyway, I'm gonna go to the chiropractor in a few minutes. I need to eat something. I'm really hungry. And then I think I might go to Starbucks and get my first red cup of the season. There really aren't any coffee shops in town, although a couple are opening up in the next few months, except for Starbucks. So that's kind of my go-to right now. And so maybe I'll do that. And then, yeah, I'll get on with my day. So anyway, that's that. Happy Tuesday. Here we go. Do you want a treat? Okay. You can have a treat because Mommy's leaving. Sit. Bye, baby. I love you. I'm at the chiropractor waiting for my appointment. Just got done with the chiropractor. It was fine. It wasn't too aggressive. So yeah, so I don't think I'm really wanting Starbucks, maybe later this afternoon or something, but I'm gonna head home and get to work. I need to call Riley and see if the shirts have come in. It's much later now. It's a little after 5 o'clock, and I just don't feel well. Nothing serious is wrong, but I just don't feel super great. So it's been kind of a really unproductive day. Like, I got a lot of computer work done, but I just feel really mopey because I was just on the computer all day, and I worked on our Christmas cards, actually. I love sending out Christmas cards, and that took me like 3 or 4 hours. That took me so long to get them designed, get everything loaded in, and then what I did, I used Tiny Prints every single year. And so what I did is take the time to go through my address book and write in everybody's address online so that they can be printed on the envelopes, instead of me having to hand address them. So that took a long time and was tedious, but it's kind of like one of those things where you spend a lot of time now, but it's really good ROI because in the long run, I don't have to do it again and again. That's my refrigerator telling me that it's open. So we're just going to have leftover soup because we still have a whole bunch of it from last night, and this refrigerator does not stay closed well. So we're gonna have leftover soup, and Riley's mother, my mother-in-law, Riley's mom, is coming over for dinner. She loves, she's not a vegetarian, but she almost only eats vegetables, which is funny, but so I know she would love some vegetable soup. She loves hanging out with us. She's really easy to be around. We like hanging out with her. So she's gonna come over tonight, just have dinner with us, and yeah, so I'm glad she's coming over because it's forcing me to get up and do some things physically around the house and tidy up a few things, and just, you know, when you have someone over, you don't want your house to be a mess, even though I feel a little bit mopey. I realized I've never showed you our bed yesterday after we finished putting it together, and I should have shown it to you earlier in the day because when it's light outside, it's obviously easier. But we think it looks really great. Our plans for the space are to get rid of that bookshelf, add curtains, possibly paint. I really, really want to shiplap this whole wall behind our bed. And Riley's mildly on board. He thinks it's gonna be a lot of work, but I think with the white shiplap and this kind of farmhousey metal bed, it would look really cute. So that's kind of those are my plans. Whether my husband's on board or not is TBD. Okay, this is the cutest thing of my life. Someone who, her name is Allie, and she's been reading my blog for a while, who ordered from me on Etsy. So she had, the address I use for Etsy is Riley's workplace. And so she had that address. So she used it and sent me this thank you note to just encourage me, and it is so cute, and her words are so sweet and kind, and it just makes my day when people they go out of their way to be kind and to encourage others. So Allie, thank you so much. This is just precious, just so precious. It's made my whole entire week, so thank you for being so thoughtful and for taking the time to send me this, and I just really appreciate you, so thanks. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day about marriage, and she's not married yet, and she was just kind of looking for some advice and insight. And I am not an expert. We've only been married for a little over a year, but certainly marriage is refining. But so here are 2 books I'm about to send her. The Meaning of Marriage by Tim Keller is fantastic. We actually have a couple copies of it, so I'm going to send her one of them. And then this one's by Gary Chapman. He's the one that wrote the 5 Love Languages, if you know about the 5 Love Languages. He wrote that, and then he also wrote this, Things I Wish I'd Known Before We Got Married. And it's really good. It talks about all kinds of different things with regards to merging families, merging religious backgrounds, merging, just everything. So I'm going to send those 2 to her just to give her some perspective, and some other people's points of views and thoughts and things like that. People who, you know, are pastors and experts in this area, more or less, because they've worked with so many people. Some other ones I'm not going to send her, but some other ones that are great. Sheet Music is great. It's about sex, basically, and intimacy in marriage, and it's just a really good one, talking about godly sex, godly marital sex, and just everything with regards to that. Really good insight as far as, you know, what intimacy really means and that kind of thing. And then this is another one, Boundaries. There's also one that's called Boundaries in Marriage. There's one that's called Boundaries in Dating, which is the same content that's just tweaked. But I highly recommend this for anyone at all times in any season of their life. I think it's so great. It's by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. And yeah, it's called Boundaries. It is so life-changing. Just really... it's just good. It just helps you learn how to draw lines around your time, around your relationships, and not get taken advantage of, but still be grace-filled and kind. So those are my 4 recommendations. If you are engaged, or you're looking to get engaged, or you're in a serious relationship, or you're married, or whatever, if you've never read them, these 4 are all fantastic. But she's going to get these 2.
I just love you. What do you say minute we met? Go collage shopping.
I'm sitting on the floor of my office finalizing some Etsy stuff because we didn't get the delivery we thought we would get today. We're getting it tomorrow, and so I need to finalize exactly what I need to print because we're going to get up early before Riley's shop opens at 9 to print the different things that came in. So anyway, But I'm kind of weirdly emotional right now. I was just watching this show. It's on TLC. It's called Outdaughtered, and it's about a couple in Houston that they had a daughter, and then they got pregnant with quintuplets, and they had 5 more. So they have 6 daughters, and 5 of them are all the same age. They were, they had the same birthday and everything, which is like crazy town. So I just love babies. I love shows like that. So it's just touching anyway. But and this is like kind of really emotional, so like if you're not into that, maybe fast forward a minute. But it just made me sad. I kind of teared up because they were doing like a flashback episode and going back to, the mom's name is Danielle, and they were going back to her, pregnancy and everything. And as Riley and I think about starting a family at some point, or growing our family at some point in the next year, 2 years, whatever, it just makes me sad because there was a time like a little over a year ago, a couple years ago, where I would, if I had had like a baby shower, or if I had a baby and I like needed help, I would have literally had like 50 or 100 people to call to come and help me, or that would like want to celebrate with me for like a baby shower or something like that, And I just don't have that here, like where we are now. I'm just slowly getting into the community and making friends, but it's just hard. It's hard to think about things like that, like major milestones. I've wanted to be a mom all my life, so whenever we take that step, like that's something I'll be so thrilled about and will want to really, really celebrate. And it's really hard to think about that. Like there was a time when I would have had just dozens and dozens and dozens of people who were so close to me that would have wanted to celebrate in so many relationships and friendships, and now that's just not the case. It's just not the case. And there would just be only a handful of people that I could really think of here to want to like be a part of something like that, or that would even, that would even make sense, kind of. So that's just sad. It's hard. It's really hard. If you've moved somewhere new and you're having a hard time finding a community, and there are things like that are just so random that bring up those feelings, I just get it. Like I know how that feels, and I know how frustrating it is for people on the outside to say like, well, if only you would do X, or if only you would do Y, then that would be different and you would have those friends, because I just know that's not always the case. It's just not always that easy. It's sometimes, I don't write about it every day, but like I've gone to so many different meetups and groups and things, and just sometimes you just don't click with people. Sometimes you try and it's really hard. So if you're in a space like that and you have moments where you're just sad and you mourn the community that you once had, I still have a lot of those friends, but it's different to be 4 hours away or 30 hours away than to be in the same city with people. So anyway, it's kind of really weird and emotional. I'm sorry. But it's just what I'm thinking about. I'm just being honest. It's what I'm thinking about this evening, and kind of just watching that show, which is really cute. It's just a cute little reality show, but it just kind of brought out some of those feelings of just a yearning for community and how important that is. And so that's something that I'm really seeking out. I'm an introvert. I hate going to those things. I hate it. I hate going to places where there's like 20 other women. They all know each other and I don't know them. Like straight up worst nightmare. But I've done that several times, and I feel like I'm really trying. And so I get it. If you're there too, I get it. If you want a community, I get it. If you used to have a really great community and you had to walk away from that for some reason to move, or for whatever reason, like I just get it. I know how hard it is. So that's my emotional moment of the day. Dinner was great. It was great to spend time with Monica, my mother-in-law. And so I'm just going to get this Etsy stuff sorted, and then I'll be getting ready for bed. It's about 10:30, so I'm not really tired though. So we'll see how that goes, but maybe I'll do a little bit more work and then I'll head to bed. I'm starting to feel a lot better. I feel like, yeah, I just feel better. Anyway, that's that. Sorry if I'm a giant sad sack and that made you sad, but that's just kind of where I am. So anyway, it's Wednesday morning, pretty early. I don't have any makeup on, so Sorry about that if that offends you. Sit. I am heading out. I have all my Etsy stuff in this bag. And I am heading out to Riley's studio. So that we can print things before it opens, or at least get most of it done before it opens. So that's what we're doing. So once we get back, I have a mentee Skype meeting. So I have this blogger mentorship program, if you don't know about it. I have a blogger mentorship program where people who have just started a blog or have had a blog for a while but haven't been consistent with it, or have had a blog a while and have been consistent with it but just feel like what they're doing isn't working. We work together for 3 months, and I help them with whatever they need help with. So if they're building a blog from scratch, I give them all the tools and know-how and information and resources to build a blog from scratch. If they are they have a blog but the design needs tweaking, I would talk to them about that, blah blah blah, you know, whatever. So that's kind of the situation. Well, before I actually dive into the program with anyone, we meet on Skype for an hour and discuss. Before we Skype, I send them this long form so they can tell me kind of their past blog experience and where they want to go and what they're working on, what their struggles have been, so that I know how to help them, obviously. Otherwise, I'm just making up what I think might make sense. So, today I'm meeting with a girl named Julia, and it's her first. Actually, I'm meeting with Julia. I have 2 Julias. One Julia today that I'm meeting with it's her last Skype session, so she's just finished her 3 months, and so we're wrapping up together, and we're kind of like, I'm kind of helping her build a runway of sorts, so that even though we're not going to be in constant communication, she'll know what to do for the next few months. And then the other Julia, I'm meeting with actually tomorrow. I had that mixed up in my head. I'm actually meeting with her tomorrow, and it's her first, so we're going to talk about that. So anyway, that's later this afternoon. I've got to start packing. Yesterday was such a throwaway day. It's just like a joke. I didn't really get anything major done, so I've got to do some laundry, start some packing, just get done what I can get done. I don't want to push myself too hard because I'm feeling better today, and I just don't want to run myself into the ground and then be sick over Thanksgiving. That sounds terrible. So I'm not going to do that, but I am going to... Wow, these windows need to be cleaned. That is so embarrassing. I'm sorry. My dog always puts his nose on the windows, and no matter how often I wipe them down from the inside, they get filthy so fast. So that's just the reality of life, I guess. Anyway, so that's the situation. Luckily, Riley works about 5 minutes away, so I'm almost there, which makes it easy. So that's what's going on this Wednesday. I've got to get some stuff done, start getting prepped for this weekend. I love going on trips, and I don't even mind preparing or packing, but it's kind of a lot. Like, I usually end up packing for both Riley and I, and getting the house set up, and getting Charlie all his stuff packed, and cleaning out the fridge, cleaning out everything. It's like a lot of work. But it means I get to go home for 10 days, so you give and you take. Anyway, so that's what's going on this Wednesday. Thanks for following along. Charlie, Mommy's home. So I'm sitting in my office. I just finished packaging up all my Etsy stuff. They're all in that TJ Maxx bag right there, which is good. Sorry for the sound. I'm sitting on a ghost chair, so it makes noises. Anyway, I feel good about that all being done. I need to run to the post office and drop it off. And I need to run to UPS and drop off this return that I'm making for those miscolored pillowcases. And I just ordered our Christmas cards. I worked on them yesterday and worked on them, and because I just wasn't feeling well yesterday, my mind was kind of foggy. You know, Christmas cards are not cheap. And so I just was not wanting to pull the trigger until I slept on it and thought about it. And I actually ended up changing my mind this morning and going with a different card and kind of moving some things around. And so anyway, they're going to be, I think, really cute. I'm really excited to get them and send them out to all my people. So I'm glad I got that done. That was something I wanted to get done so that when I got back from my trip, they would be here, or they would be here in the next couple days, because it takes a while. They have to get custom printed and whatnot. And then I can mail them out. I like to mail them out in early December because I think it's fun. So that's that. And yeah, so I need to run to the post office. I think before I run to the post office, I'm going to go ahead and pack our toiletry kits for our trip, because that way if I need anything, well, you'll see. If I need more shampoo, if I need something, I can go and run to the store and grab some, as opposed to, because it's still only Wednesday and I leave on Saturday. And like I said yesterday, even though I didn't get a chance to start packing yesterday, I just cannot stand waiting until the very last minute, because it makes me really stressed out. And I actually like packing if it's not the last minute. So that's that. I'm glad I got that done. I'm really happy to have all those addresses in tiny prints for the future. That makes me really happy. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm sitting on the floor of our closet and I'm filling up our 2 travel cases. And these are from eBags, and they're the Packet Flat toiletry case. I highly, highly recommend them. They are awesome because they pack flat. Once you zip it all, it's like almost like a sweatshirt size or something like that, instead of like a giant square weird size thing. But I wanted to show you this. Hi, Charlie. What are you doing, little one? What are you doing? Hi. I'm gonna miss you. I wish you could get Packet Flat. So I have this new, really should go that it goes this way, really, skincare system I've been using that I made with essential oils, apple cider vinegar, rose water, just all different natural things. And this is the foaming cleanser, this is the toner, and this is the moisturizer. And I made them in big giant, I mean not giant, but big normal size things, but I'm so obsessed with this and have seen such an improvement in my skin that I don't want to switch back to anything mainstream or chemical while I'm on this trip, because I really don't. I want to stick with this. I just feel like it's the best skincare line I've used in a very long time, and I just see a huge difference. So all that to say, I ordered, there's like this is like a tiny foaming pump off Amazon, and this is a little tiny spray bottle, also off Amazon for the toner. And then this, it used to be a serum, and I removed the label and put the oil moisturizer that I use in there. So, I guess where there's a will, there's a way. I just had to bring this stuff with me, and I was trying to figure out how I could, especially for the foaming, I didn't know if I could find like a little foaming thing, because it wouldn't really work if it weren't foaming. So anyway, all that is packaged up, and I keep this bin of small products, just whenever we get samples of things or whatever, I put them in here, and then when we're going on trips, I can just pull them out. So I feel like I'm pretty good to go, actually. I don't think I need to buy anything. Maybe Riley needs some body wash, because I don't have anything that's not flavored really girly or scented really girly, but other than that, we're pretty good. So I'm glad I came and did this, because I probably would have gone. I love buying little miniature things, and I would have bought like dozens and dozens. So I'm glad that I didn't do that. I'm glad that I checked first, because really we're good to go. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm not very good at this vlogging thing. It's Wednesday afternoon now. I'm sorry oh no, it's not. It's Thursday afternoon now. Yesterday I don't even know where I left off, but I just got busy in the evening getting a bunch of blog stuff done, and I started packing. I did my laundry and started packing, and I don't know, I just kind of forgot to check in. So sorry about that. But so far today I had a Skype meeting in the morning with a new mentee, which is always really fun to get to know someone new. And she lives in Canada, which I always love meeting people from different parts of the world. So that was fun. And her blog is fantastic. I think it's going to be really great to work together. And then I just packaged up an Etsy, don't mind this Christmas disaster mess, just packaged up an Etsy order. I'm trying to get I had like 25 or 30 orders that I got done last week, and then this week I just dropped off those six that I've shown a couple times. I dropped them all off yesterday, and then I just have 2 more, and this is one of them, and the other one is should be coming in tomorrow, and I should be able to print it. Basically, I'm just trying to get everything out before I leave on Saturday. So my Etsy shop processing time is 2 to 3 weeks because everything is made to order, and sometimes it takes a while to get things shipped here, and then to print them, and then to package them, and then to ship them. It's just not that quick. But because it's a Christmas themed shirt, sweatshirt, whatever, we've really been trying to push these things out faster than the typical 2 to 3 weeks that it takes, which has been a little bit stressful, but I think worth it, just because once Thanksgiving is over, I know that a lot of people are going to want to start wearing these Christmas things, and I don't want them to have to wait until, mid-December if they've ordered it earlier. So I'm trying really hard. So this one's going out today, which is great. It's a 2-day, so she should get that sometime, the end of this week, early next week. So she'll have it well in time for Christmas season, and then the one tomorrow. And then if anyone orders anything while I'm gone, then obviously there's going to be like a week delay on that. But it's what's expected. I'm just trying to push things out a little bit faster. So that's that. So I need to drop that off. So I just pulled into Walmart. I was here this morning buying a few things like computer paper and whatnot. And I came back because I got this. Which is L'Oreal Infallible 8-Hour Pro Gloss in the color Rebel Red, if you're interested, because I wanted a darker lip color for the holiday season, and I just wanted to get something cheap to try, and then if I really liked it, I was going to go, to Sephora or somewhere and get a better product. But here's what I got. There's no tip. It's just a stick. So I have to go return it because obviously I can't apply lip product with that. So I'm thinking it's like somewhere at the bottom here, maybe it just fell off, like the little felt wand tip. So I'm gonna go do that, see if I can find, I guess I'll get something else because this one's not gonna work. But if you know of a good drugstore, like a red color like this, kind of a holiday berry red, please let me know, because obviously I'm on the hunt and I am not winning or succeeding at this point, so let me know. Okay, let me show you what I got. So I got this, well, LOL it going in to return something that was $8 and ending up spending like 40 more. But I returned it, they had no problem. I use this every single time in the winter before I shave my legs. I write about it on my blog all the time, and I usually use the almond and honey one because it's usually either almond and honey or this coconut lime one are the only 2 available. But Walmart had like 8 options, and one of them is this Moroccan rose. And I'm not like a super floral fan, but this is not floral. It's like really musky. It smells great. So I'm gonna use that because I'm out of my other one. I'm out of foundation. I've just been using a CC cream anyway this winter because it's just hydrating, it works. And I've been using the Arbonne, what is it called? The shade I use is Soft Blush, but it's like Perfecting Liquid Foundation. But y'all, it's like $57 a bottle, and I just can't do it anymore. So even though it's great. So I'm gonna try this. It's so funny, whenever I have to buy foundation, I just go all the way to the left. The palest, whitest one is what I always am. I never run out of nail polish. I don't think a lot of people, like, usually I don't use up a whole bottle except for red because I like using red. So I got this one, and it's called, I think it's called Festive something. Forever Festive. So I thought that was fun since, hello, it's the holiday. And then what I actually wanted to get was this lip color. So it's like some super stay thing. So I'll put it on in a minute and show you and see what I think. But I figured it was less likely to have a broken wand in this little box. So that's that. And then I've been using Alba Botanica shampoo and conditioner in the Plumeria scent for, I've like rebought it at least twice. And so since it's winter, well, it's like 75 degrees, but since the air is definitely drier, I'm going to try this more moisturizing one that's coconut milk. I like their stuff. This is reasonably priced. I think it's like $8 for the shampoo and $8 for the conditioner, and it works really well, and it doesn't have any junk in it, so it doesn't strip your hair. So that's everything that I got. Mainly wanted this, but I'm glad I got some other things too. So there you go. So I just tried on this lip color. I really like it. It is not subtle. It's not an everyday look for me, but I mean, yeah, I think it looks okay. Mostly I'm just glad that it works, so that's good. And it's supposed to be like long wearing, which I think is good because I don't want red lipstick all over my teeth or clothes or anything else. So I think it's gonna be okay, but let me know what you think. Too much? Enough? Perfect for the holidays? Perfect for no time? Just let me know what you think. Here's the progress I made on packing last night. I packed all of my toiletries, which take quite a while, and they're in that packet flat case up on the top of the suitcase up here. And then I packed a bunch of t-shirts, of course my Thankful tee from Seriously Happy Tees on Etsy. One of my tees, just some sweaters, some things like that. This is a dress, a couple other sweaters, some PJ pants, and that kind of thing. I also brought some tea. My family's not big tea drinkers, but I am, so I brought some of that and some outerwear. And then I have room in here still for makeup and my hair stuff. So like my straightener, my curling iron, and my, what's it called, blow dryer. So that's that one. And then I actually end up deciding to bring a second suitcase because I have to bring my laptop, and I really can't carry a laptop in either a shoulder bag or a backpack. It just kills my back, and then I end up being in back pain the whole time I'm at my destination. So I'm not dealing with that. So I'm gonna carry it on. I'm just gonna put it in this pocket. But it works out well because I have to bring quite a bit of outerwear because we're actually gonna be going on like a mini trip within the trip, and it's gonna be cold and all of this. So I just need to bring a lot of sweatshirts and vests and coats, and so I'm putting some of those in here because altogether they're really not heavy, but so I can easily lift this up above the overhead bin, so it gives me a little extra storage space. And then I'll check this one, so it's not like it's going to be a lot too much. And then this is how ridiculous I am. I printed off the forecast for where I'm going, and I'm just such a dork. Like, chilly, windy. I was thinking when I was writing that, I'm like, I'm gonna be such a weird mom and like slip these little things under my kids' doors when they're supposed to be packing for a trip with like these weird, it's just me. And I misnumbered it because I had it start on Friday, but it actually starts on Saturday. So it's gonna be 10 days. And then I even have my airport outfit laid out, and I even pulled out, I did Riley's toiletries, and I've been pulling out a few of his things as they've been coming out of the wash and getting them ready. So I'm pretty set on that front. I just need to add a couple more things and my hair stuff, and I'm good to go. So it feels good to have that done, being that it's Thursday evening now, because that way come Saturday, I'll be good to go. Look, it's like a weird vlog inception. I've been uploading the footage day by day because otherwise it would take like 6 hours, and just editing it little by little. So I'm working on it. It's at 46 minutes already, and I still have to add some of today's. So I gotta figure out if I'm gonna do this in the future. I gotta figure some things out. But this is just kind of a trial run. So that's that. So I think I'm going to sign off now because it's about 5 o'clock and Riley will be home in an hour, and then we have Bible study at 7:30, and we need to eat between now and then. So I want to be able to upload this vlog and everything and get that set for tomorrow. So the reason why I wanted to try out vlogging is, number one, because I love watching vlogs on YouTube. I just think it's fun to see how people spend their time differently from one another, and so I just kind of wanted to join in on the fun. But also, more than that, I feel like blogs in general, but my blog in particular, I would say, is just really, really polished. And I think that's intentional. You know, when you're writing and that kind of thing, it's easy for things to look really glossy, and I think sometimes it paints an unrealistic picture of my life or of me, and like, I'm so far from perfect. Our home is not perfect. My marriage is not perfect. My relationships are not perfect. Like, I'm just a hot mess too, just trying to figure out life. And so I never want people to feel like I have it all together and I'm just so happy all the time and I don't struggle with anything. And it's just crazy talk. So hopefully, like, this has been like a really fun week. You know, it's not like I've had the roughest week, because I'm looking forward to going away, and there, you know, it hasn't been like any major problems, but hopefully just getting a glimpse, you know, a brief glimpse into my day-to-day life will help. If you're even interested, you know, just kind of shed some light on the fact that, like, I'm totally a normal person. It's, you know, we all have our issues. We all have our things that we're struggling with. We all have all that. So I hope that came across. It's weird. I've been wanting to do this for a long time and haven't, because I see how ugly people are to other people who vlog, because everyone has a comment on how other people should be spending their time and living their life. But I'll say what I've heard so many other YouTubers, like I'm a YouTuber, yeah, right. What I've heard so many YouTubers say, which is, you're seeing such a small snippet. So, like, this is like, what, a 50-minute vlog, which is like aggressively long. But that's like 50 minutes of 4 days of my life. So, like, let's just keep that in mind. You don't have to like anything about anything, but just be kind, and or just maybe don't say anything if you don't like it. Sorry, I'm not trying to get preachy. I'm just saying. That's what's held me back for so long, is just not wanting to be constantly criticized. And so I'm just hoping that people are nice, basically. I feel like that's not asking too much. So anyway, what I really would love from you is for you to give me some feedback. Like, I realize this is 50 minutes, so I probably am going to hear a lot of, like, I wish you would break it up into day by day, but, like, I don't want to be a daily vlogger, so maybe it's me taking less footage if I'm going to do this every couple of weeks. Or maybe you have another idea. Is this even interesting? Like, if you're like, no, I'd rather you be doing X, Y, or Z if you're going to be spending time creating content, like, I would love to hear that as well. Because, like, a lot of the things that I do on my blog are monetized. Like, blog posts are monetized a lot of times. Sponsored posts are monetized. My mentorship program is monetized. My Etsy shop is monetized. But something like this, or like what my podcast has been, is really just kind of like a fun creative outlet for me. And I like having something like that. That's not about, you know, like my blog and my mentorship program isn't 100% about making money. But at the end of the day, those are two main streams of income for me. So it's important, I think, and fun to have something that's not the case, you know, where I'll add the ads or whatever on YouTube and, you know, make some change here or there. But, like, that's not the end goal with this. So anyway, I would really love to hear your feedback. If this is interesting to you, please let me know why or what you like the most. And if it's not, and you have, like, something constructive to say, I would like to hear that as well. I don't know if this is something I'll do more in the future. I had fun doing it. I'd be willing to do it more, but only obviously if people are going to watch it, because it's a lot of time and energy if no one really cares. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend, if you're watching this when it is released. But thanks for following along. Thanks for sticking with me for all these minutes, and just kind of let me know what you think. And yeah, so anyway, bye y'all. Thanks for watching.